Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, and a big welcome if you are new here. Today we're going to be taking a look at the newest features to come to Cricut Design Space recently, specifically the new Monogram Maker. This new feature is a gradual rollout, so you might not have it just yet, but it will be coming out to you pretty soon, and it is appearing with update number 7.9. So to check whether you have got this particular update, if you just go onto the home screen here, up to the 3-line menu, and then come down to what's new and just click on that, it will show you 7.9 and 7.10. so we are up to 7.10. Now that we know that we have got this update, let's head over to the canvas and see what Monogram Maker is all about. You may not have even noticed the Monogram Maker just here at the bottom of the left hand menu. If we click on it, you'll see the Monogram Maker box pop straight up on the screen. This feature is still a beta release, as you can see at the top corner here. What this means is typically that this is the first time anyone outside of Cricut will have seen the feature, and that it's still in the development stages, and it may not always work efficiently. And it might take a couple of attempts to get the feature to work in exactly the right way that we want it to. Other things to remember about Monogram Maker is that it is a Cricut Access feature, so you can only make a finished monogram if you are an Access subscriber. That being said, you'll still be able to play with the feature, you just won't be able to go through to the Make It portion of the monogram. Okay, so let's take a look at what it does. So traditionally, a monogram would be arranged as follows. So you would have your husband's first initial, then your last name initial, and then the wife's initial. And this was used traditionally to mark items of linen, hankies, personal effects, things like that, that would have the family monogram on it. These days, it's more a case of you would have your first initial, then your last initial, and then if you have a middle name, it would go as the third initial in your monogram. So when we're inputting a monogram into the initials boxes up the top here, I would presume that it's going to do it automatically. So I'm going to just do my name. So my first name is G, my middle name is E, and then my last name is R. Now, as you can see, it hasn't changed the appearance of those initials to be in the traditional manner. So if you do want it to be a traditional, as I suppose you would say, correctly laid out monogram, you would need to change the initials in the boxes at the top here. But some of them, like this one here for instance, it has changed that and it's given us a different layout on there. So you'll need to arrange your letters how you want them to be. And who knows, this could be a feature that comes through to further Cricut Design Space updates in the future. We can also choose thematic monograms here, which I actually really like. There are lots to choose from, incorporating the florals, which is the botanical. You have got sports and interests. So if we click on sports, you'll see there's lots of different sports that are here that you could click on, and it puts the last initial in there. You could click on interests, which are all different things here, like fishing and gardening and stuff like that. So this is useful if you wanted to create a monogram, for instance, for somebody who has a lot of dogs maybe, and you could monogram a dog towel for them. You can also choose the operation type at the top here, and you can choose to only display cut files or draw and cut files here. And this is useful if you wanted to create a monogram, for instance, with HTV to go on a suitcase or a towel to help with identification. Another thing to mention, as with most of Cricut Design Space's new release features recently, Monogram Maker is only available to use on desktops at the present time, so you won't find it on any of the apps, unfortunately. So let's just make a quick monogram here. I'm going to leave it as any so I can see them all, and I want a botanical feature, I think. Let's have a look. Which one do I like? I really like this one. So there it is. It only puts the 2 letters in. So really I think what you'll need to do is make sure that you just mess about with it a little bit and see how you want to lay out your monogram and change your letters depending on the way that it converts it. You can also go through here and change your fonts, which is quite nice. I would like to see more fonts available in a drop down box here, the same sort of way that we can get fonts in the actual canvas and the text feature, because if you are a Cricut Access subscriber, you've got access to over 400 different fonts there, and it would be nice to also have access to those in the Monogram Maker. So let's just click on Add to Canvas. Don't forget, if you're not a Cricut Access subscriber, you won't be able to go through to make it. There we go, we can make that bigger in screen, and that is now going to cut out using vinyl. I have got 2 layers, so the basic cut here for the GR and then the basic cut here for the floral outline or frame. If I go through to make it, it will split that there. So now that I'm through to the make it screen, this is my mat. It's one colour, it looks fab. I'm going to cut that out and I'm going to stick it onto my computer. So in review, would this feature make me take out a Cricut Design Space subscription if I didn't already have it? Well, no, it wouldn't. I would prefer if it knew the order to arrange the letters, so we didn't have to mess about with changing the letters around and the arrangement of them ourselves. I would like to see a print then cut feature as well. You may well be able to change that actually if you go through, once it's on your canvas, you may well be able to change that yourself by clicking on flatten. Yes, you can, that's interesting. I'd like to see a way of selecting my own font, like I said, rather than having to just use what is available on here. I don't think every single font that is in Design Space is going to be on here. And then also that means that any fonts that you like that you've downloaded from DeFont or font bundles or anything like that, I don't think that they're going to appear on here. Overall, it is a nice idea. It is quite limited, but I think the development has got quite a way to go so far. So don't forget, obviously, Offset was released about 12 months ago, and if we go onto Offset, that is still showing as a beta, so it does take a long time. This has definitely improved in 12 months to what it was when it was first released, so hopefully Monogram Maker will continue to improve as time goes on and further updates come out. So I hope you found this video to be useful. If you have, don't forget to subscribe. Drop me questions, comments, anything that you'd like to say down below, and I'll reply to you as soon as I can. And with that said, have a great week. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Bye.